What's up, people? Back with another video. It's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a boring one or like an entertaining one, but there's been some changes to virtuals, and I feel like people need to know. Um, Maybe there's some alpha there. Maybe there's an opportunity for you guys or whoever's watching, any new viewers, to take advantage. So the first thing is that there's gonna be like a governance portal. What that means is that if you are a staker of virtuals, you need to have, what is it, 0.1% of total virtuals staked. You can create a proposal. These proposals are basically, they're gonna ask people like me or you or users what virtuals can do or the devs can do to improve the actual protocol. So you can come up with suggestions, and I believe that if you do come up with some suggestions or like what do they call it? We'll just go to the page. Yeah, if you come up with a proposal, I do believe that potentially you could be rewarded. The reason why I say that is because you can actually register your address, or you have to register your address. So when you go to the page, you have to sign in with your wallet and then create a proposal. But that depends on whether or not you're actually staking your virtuals. I'm currently staking my virtuals. I have done a proposal. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because it probably won't pass. But even then, it's just still good for virtuals to actually come back to the community and say, oh, what do you guys think? It sort of decentralizes the decision making, which is a big deal. Yeah, so there's that. That's the first thing I wanted to go over. So there's the Virtuals Protocol governance portal is live. How governance works: any wallet holding 0.1% of total staked virtuals can create a proposal. Once submitted, the proposal enters a 72-hour discussion window for open review and comments. Voting is disabled during this phase. After the window closes, the protocol takes a snapshot of all the VE virtual balances. The block permanently locks each wallet's voting power for the proposal. So you can see that when you sign to vote for these, even people who perhaps aren't stakers, if they vote, then potentially there's some Virgin Point rewards. I don't think it's going to be like a monetary thing, although technically Virgin Points are monetary because you get to get allocations of Genesis launches. I hope I haven't lost you. Voting then opens for 72 hours. Virgin cast for or against directly on chain. When the vote ends, the result counts only if at least 25% of total VE Virtual has participated. If quorum is met, a simple majority 50% plus 1 determines the outcome. The approved decision becomes eligible for execution via Treasury governance. If quorum is not reached, the proposal expires and may be resubmitted. So you can continually apply your proposal. You can even campaign for it probably. If you feel like something with virtuals is not working, then you can continually basically apply proposals and see if it will pass. You can market it. You can try and get people in the community to rally around your idea. So it's quite interesting from a governance perspective. This is going to be like clans, I guess, or like groups of people uniting together to make change on virtuals. I don't know what that could lead to. I believe one of the more controversial ones is like one of the bigger communities out there, like the Vader community, if they're getting a bigger allocation of Virgin points because they're staking on Vader, maybe people aren't happy with that, and yeah, they could rally around and go against it. That's just my perspective on it. Capital incentives are no longer managed by a single team, they're governed by the network. Core parameters evolve through community consensus, not unilateral edits. And voting power isn't bought or borrowed, it's earned through long-term conviction. This isn't just a governance tool, it's a shift in how decisions are made. Risk is shared and value is stewarded. Okay, Wave 1 proposals are live. The post serves as the master thread for early discussions until on-chain comment window opens. We've published 3 deep dive threads below covering Wave 1 proposal. Establishing an ecosystem growth foundation, which will probably pass. Sniper defense and yield fund, which will probably pass. Performance-based ecosystem grant to Virgin Labs. Okay, so we'll see what that leads to. Your vote is your voice, your conviction, the compass, yeah, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so these are the different proposals. I'm not going to go through them. But yeah, so let's see. Well, one of them is allocation of 1% of virtual for sniper defense. Okay, so that's interesting. Performance-based ecosystem grants. The proposal aligns incentives between token holders and core contributors on the journey to $40 virtual. Okay, then. Well, we'll see if if virtual hits 20 to 2% of live streams. Virgin Labs. Okay. So yeah, they're basically looking for funding. So Virgin Labs, yeah. So Vader's saying, yeah, Virgin Labs, that's a big deal. So it's going to be like a separate entity, sort of like Uniswap Labs and stuff like that. That's going to be, I don't know if it's for profit or not, or non-profit, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. So it's gonna get bigger virtuals. It's not going anywhere. So that's the governance portal. Yeah, like I said, sign in with your wallet. create a proposal, might be some rewards. The other thing is the let's just see, Genesis update. So basically, virtuals have come along and said, okay, you're a staker, you can vote for where the Virgin points go. So if you're a staker, you can basically go to the virtuals protocol, and I'll just take you there now. And you can see here you can actually stake, or if you're a staker, you can vote on where 10% of the Virgin points actually go. So, as in Axelrod. Like, yeah, it's a bit confusing actually. One second.
Of course Obi needs a minute. His brain runs faster than his mouth. Who told you it was okay to be here right now? I'm speaking to my team. This low-cap shitter on virtuals will be top of the VVAP dashboard by noon tomorrow. Now get out of here, pleb.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, so sorry, I just had to take a second and gather my thoughts on this one. So you're a staker of Axelrod, for instance, because each of these tokens, when you get allocated an airdrop, or if you vote through the Genesis launch, you get allocated tokens. It's your choice. If you sell it, then you could go to jet jail or whatever they call it, take profit jail, and you can't vote or earn Virgin points for 2 weeks. We all know that that's one of the functions from the original idea of virtuals. But yeah, if you're a staker in something, for instance, like Axelrod, and you vote for Axelrod, and you basically get an allocation of 10% of the Virgin points for being a staker. So yeah, this could be gamed. It was gamed yesterday, or somebody attempted to game it. So you can see something like RoboStack, which nobody had heard of. Basically, the price pumped 200% or something crazy like that. So a whale has come in and bought a load of RoboStack, staked it, and then used their staked position of VE virtuals to vote for it. So to get a bigger allocation of this 10% of Virgin points that are due to be issued in 11 hours. Yeah, so that's another way for you to perhaps earn some Virgin points. Yeah, it's the battle for Virgin points, basically. Let's see if we go to how this works. And then, oh god, there's a white paper. Okay, so staking. So VE Virtual is the vote escrow version of Virtual, earned by locking tokens to unlock deeper utility in the Virtuals protocol. It is designed to align long-term incentives and reduce token churn, giving holders more influence, more rewards, and a stronger stake in the future of the ecosystem. What is VE Virtual? VE Virtual stands for Vote Escrow Virtual, a locked version of Virtual token used within the Virtuals protocol. By staking Virtual, you receive VE Virtual, unlocking the following utilities: Virgin points emissions and governance power. Holding VE Virtual gives you daily Virgin points proportional to your VE Virtual balance, eligibility for Genesis airdrops based on VE Virtual holdings, governance power, which is out now. I just pointed that out today. Shape the future of virtuals on chain. And then it tells you how to buy it, and then it tells you how to stake it. You can auto max lock it, so it gives you a 1-to-1 vote. If you don't, then your voting power basically depreciates, as well as your airdrop allocations. Let's see, VE Virtual holders, i.e. stakers, can now vote to determine how 10% of the total daily supply is distributed across all active projects on Virtual's protocol. This voting driven allocation is categorized as VE Virtual voted against points, VVAP. How it works: 10% of total daily point supply is allocated based on VE Virtual custom outcomes. Voting outcomes. Projects receive a share of this allocation proportional to their vote percentage. So yeah, like I said, if you've got 20, if Axelrod, for instance, has got 50% of the votes, then they'll get 50% of the 10% of the issued Virgin points. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it probably does. Like, I'm just a simple guy, so like for you, probably like, okay, we get it. Each session has lasts 7 days, during which VE Virtual holders can vote. Once the voting period ends, results are locked and used to determine the VVAP distribution for the next 7 days. A new voting session begins immediately after the previous one concludes. Why this matters: empowers VE Virtual holders to actively shape ecosystem growth, aligns point emissions with long-term conviction, not short-term behavior, reinforces value-driven participation, and filters passive farming. This mechanism ensures that flow reflects community conviction, not just activity. So yeah, that's basically what this is all about. And if you go to like the point system over here, you can see, let's see, let's drop it down. You can see here that this has just been added, the VE Virtual Voted Agent Points, VVAP. Well, we call it VVAP, maybe? Would you like that? VVAP? Yeah, I'm going to go with VVAP. Yeah, so you can see from like June, there was nothing like that. Another interesting thing is this, like, some people are posting this, and I don't see why I don't see it, but there's this thing called Butler Points. And everyone's like, oh, what are Butler Points? What does it mean? I believe that this is when you make a request to a cluster to do a transaction. So, like in my previous video, I was talking about, or rambling about, or waffling about, um, how agents will be able to connect with each other and do transactions within a walled garden environment to create yield for users or stakers. I believe the butler is when you make a request for the cluster to do something. So you're not going to speak to each individual bot to make various transactions go through. You're going to speak to the butler, type a simple thing like, take $10 and put it here, and I want to make this a percentage of whatever, and it will just all do it, and it will come together. I'm not very clear on like what exactly, because it's all new. I'm not exactly sure what I would instruct a bot in a cluster to do, or a butler to do for the cluster. It's something that I'm really curious about, and I can't wait to see. But that's another thing that's coming up for Virtual's protocol, which is basically the ACP. So yeah, there's that, and there was something else. There's also rewards for. Let me see if I can find it. There's also rewards for. Yeah, there's also like a. It looks like there's going to be rewards for contributing to Virgin. So like like how I'm recording a video now. They want to know like people who are putting things out on YouTube and outside of X, because X is. As much as I love all the people on X, like it's a very small community. If you can go global, like with a YouTube channel or like TikTok or anything like that, then this is for you. If you go to the Virtuals Protocol actual page, I believe that they have posted something about it. So I'm kind of on the fly now, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Sorry, guys. No. Here we go. Yeah. So Genesis update, Virgin contribution program. Here we go. Yapping for points is no longer limited to X. The Genesis point system now expands to reward contributors across major platforms and in real life. Whether you're breaking down agents on YouTube, publishing research, or hosting meetups in Shanghai, okay, impactful work now earns Genesis points. This program recognizes contributions that drive reach, clarity, and participation across the ecosystem. So eligible contributions, content across TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, or personal blogs, including videos, explainers, research, and translations. Podcasts, visual breakdowns, deep dive threads, and multi-language content. Hosting IRL gatherings or speaking at crypto AI events. This isn't about noise, it's about signal. All submissions are manually reviewed, per whoever that is. Points are allocated based on quality, not cadence. Submissions and nominations are open anytime. Reviews happen weekly. Rewards are distributed gradually across the month. Submit your contribution here. Build where you're strongest. Expand the network. Shape the future or the next chapter. Yeah, and I was like, okay, so is it only for content from today? So yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be backdated, but yeah, there's an opportunity for you as well if you're a content creator or you want to earn some points that way. So you remember that you don't actually need to own any Virgin points to or contribute any money at the moment to earn Virgin points, but this is sort of like a gateway to get you in. So yeah, there's another opportunity for you there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's quite. I tried to get through it as quickly as possible. But there's quite a few changes. It all happened yesterday, but I wanted to see because all these things happened in one day, and sometimes when you're, you want to cover something, it could all change in a moment. And this is what's happening with Virtuals. It's just like constant iteration, constant trying to improve, and that's what you want to see when you're investing in something. Is that the team actually cares, and yeah, I feel like I'm in the right spot, and hopefully you guys will be on this journey with us or me. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to stop waffling now and yeah, take it easy.
We're back and the game has changed. The devs think they are so slick. Constantly moving the goalposts, trying to confuse the plebs. Are you still yapping for rewards, Anon? They took a snapshot and can see your weak hands from 10 miles away. You think you can outmaneuver them? They got master's degrees in game theory, spent years developing virtuals and what? You think you can come in and win? You won't. Unless you got a crack team of wealthy KOLs. Regardless of the changes, we will thrive regardless. This is not just work for us, this is fun. Stacking Virgin points via social media points is our game. It's what we do. Now put the fries in the bag and change my drink. I said Fanta no ice. Coley out.